All right. Mute the tab. There we go. All right. Hi, internet. We're
Hello.
we're
Hey.
back after.
Been a while.
It's only been like a month, which is
Been a
kind of
Yeah,
sad when we were like, oh, we're gonna take like a good long break, and then a month later we're like, no.
we were
never
killing
mind.
ourselves.
Yeah.
I miss D&D.
Yeah. So we're back with new characters, a new campaign, and we've got a +1 now. Say hi, +1.
Hi.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So we've done little brief sessions to introduce a few of the characters to each other, but the group has not yet met. So that's where we're gonna start. Hold on, gotta blow my nose.
Max is sick.
In other news,
He's doing his best, though.
Yeah, I'm sick with that. Like, maybe it's a cold. Hopefully, it's nothing worse, but it's probably just a cold.
you
Um,
need to consume an emergency.
I really should, huh? I forgot
Oh,
those
good.
existed.
Yeah,
An entire chicken soup.
1,000 milligrams of vitamin C into your body.
Yeah, make get like a can of like Campbell's chicken soup and like crack an egg in it while you heat it up.
Okay, yeah, no, we're not doing that. Anyway, all right. So we're going to start with Sybil and Knave. Um,
Hey.
you guys, after your silly little adventure in, hold on. Okay. After your silly little adventure inside of the Menagerie's library, you learned that you owe money, and the only real way to make money is in the Adventurers Guild, at least for the non-skilled traders or laborers of the city.
Wow.
Um,
Wow. Thieving is very much a labor.
sure.
So
Anyway,
that's pretty.
yeah. Oh. So, we begin with the both of you guys heading over to the Adventurers Guild in the Car District of Sigil. Um, you have been walking, chattering amongst each other, but Sybil, you've been probably a little bit sullen because, damn it, you have to work.
Oh,
Um,
it's terrible.
it's awful. Um, but inevitably, you do come up to the Adventurers Guild. The outside of it is a long, kind of squat building. Immediately, it brings to mind a cafeteria hall from the outside.
Jesus.
There are two big wooden doors that look like they're pristine and made out of a wood that's harder than any metal. Um, Above the door is the symbol of the Adventurers Guild itself. Hi, Cat. The raised fist. It is cast in a glittering gold and bronze. You guys step forward and push open the doors. Um, and you are immediately greeted with a building that is much longer than it is wide. Um, we're going to move over to the next group. Um, Kess and Dancer. You guys, after your own little adventure, and Kess, you're volunteering to take care of something that wasn't wholly your responsibility, has led you to the similar or the same place as Sybil and Knave, albeit for totally different reasons. Um, you two have been wandering the streets. Kess, you a little bit rather quietly, not sullenly, but the same inwards, not even introspective, just quiet, kept to yourself person that you are. Dancer, you've been along for the ride. You're not too sure what to expect right now. You two also come to the Adventurers Guild, and you stand outside for a long moment and contemplate what's brought you here before pushing your way in to also be greeted with this long room. Marty and Clive, you guys are coming back from the job that you completed. Heart's a little bit heavy with the way it ended, but knowing the job is done and knowing what you're going to do after the fact, but it's definitely not the feeling of a job well done. Um, Boone has been walking alongside you guys, doing his best to be a doofy dog to keep the spirits a little. Yeah, he's being a good boy. And you guys also come up to the Adventurers Guild and push your way in without any further ado. All right, Sybil and Knave.
Yeah.
Or I guess all of you guys. So with all of you inside, you are all greeted with the same sight. All along this massively long room are tables that are, again, much like cafeteria tables. They're not exactly an easy to, or not easy to, even rows. They're kind of splayed at weird angles in some places, and some look more roughly made than others. But there are people sitting along these benches and chatting. Some are eating, some are counting coin, others are clearly planning for something, others are just there. You also see there are trophies lining the walls. Weapons and stuffed heads of God knows what. You can only identify probably about half of what you see up there. But above all else, this is a warm place, both figuratively and literally. It's kind of a warm or a welcoming atmosphere, not like a tavern, but more of a place that people can call home. But at the same time, it's a transitory place for the people that don't call it home. It's actually more masquerading as this home. It is a home away from home, kind of like a hotel, if you want to get that sense of feeling about it. And above all else, it's a feeling that's emphasized by the way that the people seem to be getting up and leaving, coming and going with an almost heartbeat-like rhythm to it. It's never ending. It's somewhat regular if you're paying attention to it. But despite this, there are people that are clearly making this place their home. To give an example, it's sort of like the people that live at a hotel, or that stay there long term. It's not the nicest or really happiest circumstance, but you see elderly individuals with large bushy beards and thick cloaks sitting next to one of the roaring fireplaces. Some are telling tales to what look like children seated in front of them, listening, rapt with attention. Others are catching a nap. Some folk are sitting along those benches but look a bit more entrenched there. They're counting out coin and sharing tales of their adventures. But towards the back of the room, as you look further in, is a large desk sitting up against the very back of the room. There's a single woman behind it. She's got blue skin and fish-like features, and she's skittering to and fro, snatching little bronze discs from a large, glowing wall behind her, and handing them off to various people at the desk. Sybil and Knave, what do you guys do?
Well, Navori looks around and she kind of takes all this in sort of quickly, as she's sort of apt to do, look around, get the sense for things, and then she spots the desk and she sort of gestures and she's like, "That's where we need to go, I think." And she sort of looks over to Sybil to see if Sybil's like spacing out or looking at anything in particular, but if not,
Sybil's already seen the desk. Sybil's like, she's not nearly as invested in this rustic experience. Like, she's walking towards the desk. She's like, "Yeah, I'll save the desk. Let's go. Let's sort this out.
Yeah.
Don't. Yeah. All right.
Navari would have rushed over to the desk. There was no stopping, so.
Okay.
Navori is rushing. Sybil is just trundling.
The woman at the desk looks up and catches sight of you guys, and what does she see?
Oh. Well, there is an energetic looking, sort of gray-skinned, really dark-haired tiefling with like these weird spiral horns and 2 braids down her back, like tiny little nubby wings, and a strange split but sort of curled around itself tail. She's sort of in rags. She's like 5'4" or something. She looks kind of like a street kid. Only her dress, like the things that she's clothed in, look like they might have been nice at one time, and now they're just like, they've been through some shit, man. They're tattered and torn and all over, and she doesn't give a fuck.
Sybil is just... You can't quite tell if who you're looking at is a very handsome woman or a very pretty man. She's tall, she's got like these long vulpine features, and on her face is a look that says she is going to start shit. Like, not in the bar fight kind of way, but like in like the cheat at cards kind of way. She's got like just this dark hair, auburn highlights. You can't tell if like she doesn't give a shit about it or if she spends hours in front of the mirror making herself look elegantly disheveled. Green and gold doublet, brown pants, like very foresty but like show-offy. And there's a sword at her side. And she just looks like disinterested, but like she's trying to look cool while she looks disinterested, but like she's kind of pulling it off.
Okay.
Kind of.
Yeah, right.
Oh, my throat's okay. Kess and Dancer, what are you guys doing?
Well, seeing that there's already someone at the desk, Kess is going to walk up behind them and wait her turn. So there's like a 7-foot armor-clad woman behind you.
Oh, man.
How close is she?
Yeah.
Like, within 5 feet.
Oh, okay.
She's not like looking right behind you, but I mean 7 feet is a lot.
Hearing the armor, Navori's tail kind of swishes a little bit, and she sort of glances over her shoulder, kind of just checking. And I'm pretty sure that Kess does not look like anyone she's encountered recently. Well, aside from, the time when, yeah, but not encountered in a negative way recently.
Kess actually pauses, like, she was looking ahead, well, sort of down at the desk lady, like waiting patiently, and then she sort of like tilts her head and looks from Nay to Sybil and then back again. And then she's staring at Navori, like, well, you think she's staring at Navori because her helmet is still there, but it's definitely like in Navori's box. She's looking right at you.
As long as she doesn't look like, there were some people that were there before that she was trying to keep herself away from, and if she doesn't look like any of them, she's gonna quickly turn back around and pretend like, oh, I didn't see anything. What are you looking at?
Oh.
She's definitely still looking. She looks like she's
it's
thinking
fine.
about saying
She can
something.
still keep looking, but it's Navori's pretending like she didn't notice anything weird at all.
Fair.
Okay, well, Sybil notices Navori looking at Cass, looking at Navori, and now Navori subsequently not looking at Cass, and she tries to like catch Nave's eye,
Oh, yeah, she probably could.
and like she does like a gesture, like you know this person gesture, like that look, like is there gonna be trouble? Is there shit? Like
See, like,
it looks like a lot of facial expressions and like some vague hand gesture.
I mean, Navori's kind of used to sort of nonverbal communication to an extent, so she's looking. The problem is, like, her eyes don't have like sclera or pupils to them, so you can't see her eye movement really. So she sort of like. At first, she sort of rolls her eyes, but that probably doesn't look like she did anything.
Yeah, Sybil's just looking at her like.
So then she just sort of like tilts her head and kind of does like this weird shrug that could have been indicated as like, you know, she's just moving her arms around. She's got bags on her. She's readjusting, but it was sort of like a don't worry about it kind of gesture.
Dancer, what have you been doing during all this?
Well,
Subtle things.
Dancer followed along. She gives Cass a pat on the shoulder, glad I'm not the only one turning heads. And eyes prepare ahead of them, but Dancer is a tabaxi that stands well over 6 feet tall, with silver fur and black spots. For the moment, they lean on a quarterstaff like a manner of a walking stick. A fat, fluffy tail, just as they are, if not a bit longer, idly flaps. A gleaming crooked smile tears off with glittery ornamental attire adorned, sashings of orange and coming dawn wrapped about her shoulders, and beneath that, copper drapes, silver hangs like a shower of coin, and framing a chain pendant. A white gem surrounding a swirl of white gold, and that's about as extravagant as she is, otherwise wearing rather drab wrappings about her arms and ankles, and she has like little trinkets hanging off her waist and sashing that matches what hangs on her shoulders, but yeah, she's gonna hang out with her buddy pal, her paladin.
Someone came prepared. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hell yeah.
Okay, sorry for my little interjection. Go on. So yeah, you guys see Silver there as well, just kind of shooting you guys a shitty grin.
Just like the complete opposite of Cass.
Yeah.
It's great.
Marty and Clive, you guys have arrived back in, and you two head up to the desk with more purpose in your step. You know what you're here to do. So, what do you guys do?
Well, Clive is gonna walk up to the desk and see that there are people in line. He's assuming, are they actually like? Is the line moving, or is anyone talking to the person at the desk? Or are they just
Well,
kind of waiting?
this actually brings up a fun point. The desk is very long, actually, and most people are actually spread out across the desk, and the fish-looking woman is walking between all those, which you two did see before. You didn't really wait in line, but there is Kess standing in line behind Sybil and Navori, despite the fact that there is no line.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just kind of like he stops, gives them like a weird what's going on look, and then just decides that he doesn't care, and then looks for like an open spot on the desk to wait.
No, get in queue.
No,
No cutting.
well, he doesn't know what they're doing.
It's sigil. digital. It's nothing but lines.
Character online.
Okay, so you slide up kind of not too far away from that little group. The space next to them is actually open, which just makes the fact that Kess is standing behind them a little stranger. Like it's just yeah. So out of the corner of their eyes, what do they see?
Oh, they see a tall, not as tall as the paladin, obviously, but maybe about 6'4", 6'5", a tall human. He's a bit lanky and very disheveled looking. He's got shaggy, unkempt brown hair and a thick brown beard, and has very gaunt features on his face. And just has a very rugged look overall. He's wearing very simple, like not really flashy or interesting looking traveling leathers, and a large, thick green cloak draped over it. And strapped to his back is a large crossbow, and sitting at his side is a massive, shaggy black dog that's just sort of looking around and everything and panting. He looks content.
Maria, you slide up next to Clive as well. Just kind of leaning on the desk a little bit, drumming some fingers on it.
Oh, he and maybe Maria also probably smell awful.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Really bad.
Sewage awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Maria, what do they see? Slide up next to Clive.
Well, Maria's about 6'2". She's very angular. She looks like she's chiseled out of opal. So whenever the light hits her, she has flares of color like the green and the orange on her like really pale skin. Her eyes are kind of the same way. She's got a bandage over the right eye, actually. She's got really long ivory colored hair that she keeps kind of tied up in a messy bun for the most part. She's just wearing super plain scuffed brown leather, and she's got a pin from the Adventurers Guild on the collar of it. She's wearing a harness with 2 pistols in it, and that appears to be it. And she's very quiet and very austere. She's just like loitering behind Clive, basically.
Okay. So all that said, the fish woman walks past you and Knave Sybil, and she raises fingers and says, "I'll be right there." And she keeps moving until she comes up to Clive and Maria, and leans in for a moment before reeling back and pinching her nose and ugh, sewers, eh?
Clive just gives her this like apologetic grin. Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Ugh. Well, okay. Sorry. Job's done then.
Pretty
Well,
done.
it's done, I'd say.
Oh, that good, huh?
Clive just doesn't quite look. I don't know. It's hard to read the emotion on his face. He just shrugs. Job's done. Just call it that. And he pulls that tablet or whatever it was. I think it was like a circular stone thing.
Yeah, like a circular plate with
Yeah, like a plate.
yeah, like a symbol chiseled into it.
Yeah, he hands it over.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear it went down like that. And she forces a smile, and when she does, she's got pointed shark-like teeth. And she takes the little plate and heads back to the wall behind her, and when she lifts the plate up to it, instead of tapping it to it, like you guys saw her do in the past, she pushes it up against it, and it sits there. And the wall around it, kind of in the immediate area, glows not super bright, but glows brightly enough for a brief moment, and when it stops glowing, the plate is kind of like assimilated into the wall. And she looks at it and nods and heads back over, and right then, here's the payment. Let's see, what was it? 100 gold, right?
Uh, th- yeah, I think that was the amount.
Right then. Okay. She gives her fingers a little waggle, and a small pouch full of what you assume to be gold shows up in her fingers. She drops it in front of you guys, and
Uh, he's gonna take the pouch and he's gonna open it and reach into it and pull 5 gold coins out. Then he's gonna hand it to Maria and be like, "You can give the rest of my share back to that girl. I think she needs it a bit more than I do at the moment."
She's going to get the whole pouch, is what she's going to give.
Clive just grit. Sounds good to me.
Sybil and Knave, you guys overhear all of this because the woman at the desk doesn't care to keep it quiet.
Oh yeah, Sybil's super listening. She's looking ahead,
Devorah's
like she's
totally listening too.
every so often she like glances to Nave, like, ooh,
Yeah.
like, what do you think this is?
Yeah,
If
She
they
doesn't
keep-
say that, but
If they keep looking over in that direction, eventually they'll look over and notice that the big shaggy dog is staring at them.
Sybil, because she is who she is, and there's a dog, like she's a human, not a monster, is like, she like, you know, like when you see a dog and you kind of like put your hands on your thighs and you like bend over and like, you try to subtly wiggle to make it excited.
Oh no.
That's Sybil.
running at it. Like she totally wants to play with the dog, but she's also excited to get a thing and get going. So she
Uh-oh.
That's
Fine.
Oh
very
no,
good.
Joss, you're roboting.
oh shit. Damn it. Is it better? Is it worse?
No.
It's the same. Keep talking. Just keep talking.
Talk through the robot.
Wait.
Oh, I think you're better.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Well, Navari was grinning and she was sort of watching this happen, and she totally would have liked to play with the dog too, but she's I don't know if there's a line or what. She doesn't know how this works. She's like, she wants to get a job, man. She wants to get going.
Well, I think it's safe to say Boone wants to play too.
Oh yeah, if either of them like made any sort of motion or made it obvious that they were paying attention to him, he would get up on his feet. You could see his tail start wagging.
It wasn't me.
Like
Dog activation.
Yeah.
doggo.exe,
Booting up.
booting playtime parameters.
Yeah, you guys see this big shaggy dog just staring at you. Kess, what are you doing while you see the people in front of you start to stare down a dog?
Excuse me. Sybil is engaging the dog. She is
Oh, okay.
trying to get the dog to come closer to her on the sly.
Yeah.
I mean, if they
The
leave
Boris
this spot
grinning at
line, she's gonna
No, she's not
slide
leaving
into
her
the spot.
spot in line.
Well, if she keeps like trying to like get him to go over there, she'll be able to tell that Boone is getting more and more excited by the second. He starts like fidgeting and his tail starts wagging harder.
Navori's kind of wagging her tail a little bit too, like without noticing.
Ardanya looks at you, or you, Clive, and then over at Sybil and Navori, and Sir, I believe you're about to have some new friends.
What? And about the time that Clive says that, Boone just sprints forward and tackles one of the two. Hang on, I'm gonna roll.
Yeah, please do.
Do
First
we
roll of
all
the night.
know?
No. I'm just rolling which one he tackles.
Oh jeez.
Ed.
Sybil goes down.
Yep, nope, she's... Dog tongue is now just all over her face.
You just hear like, eh, And then, like, the sound of hitting the floor.
Mori just bursts out laughing. She's like, "You alright there, lass?"
Sybil's like, oh, yes, no, this is perfect. Just fine where I am. Not a hint of sarcasm. And is, like, petting this dog, and she's like, sorry for the disruption. You just see, like, one finger raise up from over the fur.
Clive turns around. He puts his hands on his hips and sighs. Boone, what did I tell you, boy? Boone stops for a second, and he looks back at Clive. He looks down at Sybil, and he just slowly backs off of her and goes and like sits down at Clive's side. Clive gives him a pat on the
Good
head.
boy, that one.
He just gets a bit excited. He likes people.
Ardania just chuckles to herself and, well, job well done. Now, if you'll excuse me. And she slides over to Univori and where Sybil was.
Yeah,
Sybil's
Navori.
head just kind of comes up into view, like one arm on the desk.
Yeah, Navori immediately kind of snaps to attention and like she briefly like slaps her hands down on the table and looks all excited. She's like, "What have we got to do to get a job around here?"
Oh, well, you've got to register. Simple as that, really.
All right. Well, I would like to register then.
Right. You and your friend there.
Yeah, we both register, or is this like, you know, it's a group thing? Never done this before.
Oh, there's all sorts of protocols. However, let's get you both signed up first. And she bends down and pulls something up, and when she straightens back up, you see that, she's like 5'8", reasonably tall.
Navori's like the shortest one out of everybody.
Yeah, and
Sybil's the second shortest, and it wasn't supposed to be like this.
yeah, she slaps down this massive tome that makes the entire desk shake. And she starts leafing through it and, right, here you go, and she twists it around and shoves the book over to you guys and puts a quill down and read the terms and conditions and then sign at the bottom line. Just be aware, you're technically signing away your life.
Wait. Like,
Would you...
not to anybody, right? Like, just, out of occupational hazard.
Yes, that. You're basically telling us that if you die, it's kind of on you, not on us.
Oh, well, that's every day. All right, sir.
Sybil's, like, eyes are narrowed. She kind of slowly gets up.
Yeah,
and, like,
Navori's totally reading all of this shit. Like,
yeah, Sybil's reading it, and she's muttering aside to Navori, like, I don't trust bureaucracy.
Okay, well,
As
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Boone has now noticed Dancer.
oh no.
Yeah,
Staring at Dancer, and he doesn't know if it's cat or people, and he's confused.
Well, Sybil and Navori, as you read, because it's not a short read, the woman just, well, that's the first time that's happened, and she wanders away, and she looks back behind you two to see Kess and Dancer, and her eyes narrow, and she looks to either side for a moment, and then just kind of gestures with a hand over to you guys, and then points to the empty spot at the desk next to Sybil and Navori.
Kess like waits and then like shuffles over.
Okay. You
and
see
kind
that
of gestures at like the thing that Sybil and Navori are reading.
Oh, the quiet type. Well, you're looking for a job and to sign up then?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. How about your friend there? And she tilts her head over at you, Dancer.
Yes, sign me up for those adventures. And she follows right behind Cass. Elbow on the desk, waiting expectantly, tail swishing back and forth. Hasn't noticed Boone yet.
Boone is now watching the tail intently.
Oh god.
So much
Clive
friend
has-
potential.
Clive has noticed this though, and he has like his hand on Boone, like the back of Boone's neck, like no, no.
I didn't think about this.
About 3 minutes later, you two reach the bottom of the page. It was a lot of legal jargon. Make an intelligence roll. Just a
No.
base intelligence roll.
5
Woo,
times.
okay.
Let's see.
A 4.
Hey.
Sybil,
Sybil.
you made a show out of reading it, but
Oh, yeah.
you kind of went cross-eyed after the words, I hereby?
Sybil leans down and she says aside to Navori, I don't understand any of this shit.
Navori, you kind of do, but mostly in the sense that, like, you're more cautious about this sort of thing, so you do try and pay attention, but even then, this is a little bit beyond you. But
Yeah,
you do get the idea that this is pretty much just saying, like, if we die, it's literally not the Adventurers Guild fault. None of these jobs put any fault on anyone but myself. If I die, it's completely my fault. And it's like, it just says that in seven different ways constantly.
Yeah, basically she was looking largely for if they would be beholden to anybody else other than themselves. So she didn't really care about
Yeah, in fact, it's a contract that basically emphasizes that you're beholden to yourself, and that's it.
Okay, yeah.
The Adventurers Guild is here to pay you, and that's about it.
Yeah. Navori's like, yeah, it basically just says that, we're responsible for our own damn selves, and if we die, it's our fault. And they're just here to pay us. We're not, like, under anybody, we don't serve anyone, any of that business. They just don't want to be responsible for us, like babysitters or nothing.
Yeah, but if we're not onto anyone, like, are they still going to put us through job training? Because isn't that the same?
Yes, the contract is just about your death. There's structure to this organization that you will fall in, just to make sure you don't get anybody else killed, really.
Sybil's eyes kind of tune out.
Yeah, Navori just pats Sybil on the shoulders like, don't worry about it, if you don't like it, you can just leave, right?
Oh, yes. That is how that works. Anyway, sign, please.
Navori signs it.
She looks
Sybil
at Sybil.
signs it, but like it's like a rock star signature, and it's like, why the fuck would you do that?
Navori actually signs it like a lot neater than someone who like you used to look at her and you'd think she'd like spell her name wrong or something, but like she signs it like in this really neat, pristine cursive, and it just seems wrong. Like it's not quite fitting for her appearance.
Well then, with that done, she scoots the book back a little bit, but doesn't put it away. But she runs 2 fingers down the page and taps both of your names with a finger each. And as she does so, a little bronze pin floats out of the page, and then she hands them over to you guys. And just keep those on your person. You may display them if you'd like. They make very fashionable accessories. And she gestures over to you, Maria.
Who's like staring at a wall by this point.
They make very fashionable accessories, but you simply need that on you to prove that you are taking a job, and it is required to take a job and to complete a job.
Fair enough.
Don't lose it because you only get one.
Alright. Navori, like, shoves it into some nebulous place in her clothing, and you don't know where it went, but she seems to.
Sybil, like, puts it on her hilt somehow.
Okay, I mean, it sticks to pretty much anything you put it on. It's very,
Whoa!
it's very clearly, like, it will do anything it can to be put on display. It's,
Oh.
yeah.
Sybil starts experimenting.
Yeah,
mean-
yeah. When Sybil does that, Navori's like, wait, what?
It's free
Stick on
advertising.
Things.
Yeah, Sybil tries to, like, put it on her hair and the back of her hand. Like, she's...
It sticks. It's like, it's magical magnetism. And as you guys experiment, the woman just rolls her eyes and, oh, they're gonna die early. And she walks over and kind of shuffles the book in front of you, Cass, and Dancer. And, well, if you'll read the page and then sign at the bottom, she says as she flips it over and shifts it over towards you guys. It simply says that if you die, it's not our problem.
Cass reads the contract.
Alright, make an intelligence roll.
Sure. The fuck is her intelligence?
Dancer skims.
9.
Alright,
Oh
Dancer.
my God.
Dancer, you do an intelligence roll too.
Okay. Nice.
You both kind of go cross-eyed at some point. But it does seem to say exactly what she says it says. She just looks at you guys expectantly, and that's the second group that's ever read this. Interesting. Well,
Cass looks at her, and then she looks at the form. And when she got to a part that she didn't understand, she points it out, and she's like, I need you to explain this.
The woman seems a little nervous for a moment before
No one's
looking
ever asked her
down.
to explain anything before.
Yeah, you definitely get that sense, and she pulls it towards her and skims and... Right, yes, this is saying that in case of extraplanar emergency, wherein a portal is about to shut down, if you are trapped on the other side, no one in the guild is held liable for your destruction and or arrest.
And the next part?
Uh,
2 hours later.
yeah.
Once she puts this poor girl through the ringer, and it's like 10 minutes later that she's satisfied with her understanding of this form, and then she signs it.
Yeah, it does take like a solid 10 minutes, and by the end of it, the woman actually looks like tired.
Look at what you did.
Clive's been like watching this the whole time.
Yeah,
And he's
fascinated.
like, well, I suppose I might as well sign one of them too. Gotta find work around here somewhere. He's like, if this lady's gonna take 10 minutes to figure it all out, I suppose I can go by her example.
That makes sense.
Meanwhile, Sybil and the warrior just sticking the badge on.
Yeah, Sybil is like, try to put it on mine. Do they repel?
Yeah. Just stick them together.
Rip a black hole in space.
Yeah, no, they stick together, and when you try to pull them apart, I need you to make strength checks.
Oh no! You're
Oh
freaking
my
out,
God.
man. A whole 11.
17.
You guys manage, but only because of Sybil.
Yeah. That's
Like,
I imagine Sybil's just like, let me see that. And she it's like trying to like open a pickle jar.
yeah, basically. You
My
take it,
right
and you like
tongue, lass.
you like slap it against the end of the desk once or twice, like, huh.
Ah, she got it.
Yeah, no, alright, let's, okay, lesson learned. Let's not do that again.
Not unless we got to for some weird reason. So, like, Navari's saying this as she, like, sticks it on her forehead.
The woman has purposefully not looked at you guys. And
These two are just beautiful idiots.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Clive looks like he really wants to take a bath.
She's looking at you now, Dancer. Like, well, would you like to sign too?
Yes. She like had her cheek against a hand, against an elbow, against the desk, just like shit-eating grin while Cass was like asking all these questions, and about 5 minutes in, just like staring off, waiting for it to be done.
Also, while Clive is busy like signing the contract, Boone has walked over and is now just like sitting next to Dancer and staring at her.
Okay.
He's like, I gotta figure this out.
She,
The three of you guys also have your little badges now.
Okay.
alright, well, she gives the dog a little like, I don't know if I could say finger waggle wave or tabaxi, but yeah, she does that to the dog and like, yeah,
Oh
let
my
me sign
God.
it. And
She has toe beans.
she has toe beans.
Oh my god.
I forgot
Yeah,
about
right.
that. Yeah.
Toby waggles away with the dog. But yeah, she'll sign her name. It's gonna be Silver Dancer of the Diamond Dust Mountain.
Okay. You guys both get your little badges, and she takes it over to Clive, and Clive, you sign, and she gives you your little badge, and, well then, Clive and Mari, I believe you two need lodgings for the night. It does not smell pleasant over there.
Oh, please tell me you got like a bath or something.
We
Anything.
I'll wash myself in a river at this point.
oh, well, you need not do that. We have lodgings for members that can take it. It seemed like these other, well, those two beautiful idiots.
Excuse me, I heard that.
You were meant to.
Wow.
Sybil smiles, but like when she smiles, like her teeth kind of like glitter.
Ugh. You look a little beaten. Would you like to see somebody?
Right. Navari kind of looks at Sybil like, she looks fine. Fine as she ever looks, but
Well, Sybil has like a bruise forming on her face, but worse than that, she appears to be covered in paper cuts. And she looks at the woman and she's like, I'm fine. And like, she's not fine. Her pride has been very obvious. She's trying to hide.
wait, you got lodgings in here and such.
Yes, it's complimentary.
Oh.
You do have to take one job, but we're a little flexible. You can spend the night and then take a job, but don't take advantage of my goodwill.
Oh, well, we definitely want a job, that's why we came here in the first place.
Excellent.
Tess is now like subtly examining the two girls now that like the fact that they're wounded has been drawn like attention to. Just gonna casually make a health check.
Okay, make a medicine check.
Casual medicine check.
Damn.
Okay. Do you two want to go into some detail of like how they look, like genuinely, like physically, like does it look like they actually got beat up recently, like that sort of thing?
Sybil looks much the way you do when you get drunk and you decide to do something stupid, and it goes exactly as everyone predicted it would, and you are trying to pretend.
So, like an
Like-
accidental episode of Jackass?
Yeah, like she's got like the bruise on her cheekbone and like the paper cuts. Like she doesn't look like she's dying, but like
Fell down
Like-
some stairs.
yeah. It
Yeah.
looks like she took a tumble.
Navari looks somewhat tussled, but like, I don't know if she would be able to recognize signs of like magical healing or whatever, but there's some of that, and the rest, like, she's got a scar on her cheek and like a scarf covering something that looks like some nasty old scars on her neck, but like the rest of that stuff looks like it's been there for a while. Like, it doesn't look recent. She
Okay.
looks like she's kind of been in a mess, but
With,
anything would be magically healed.
with a high enough roll, I'll say that, yeah, Kess, you can recognize that there was some magical healing put in place. Like, there are places where how to best explain this? There are places where it looks like they were healed recently forcibly. Like, like where a bruise should be.
Faster. than
Yeah. You definitely catch notice of that. The woman just, oh, right, my name's Ardanya. I am the mistress of the guild. I'm here every day, working. You will be speaking to me for jobs. We will
Nice to
become-
meet you, lass.
Ma'am, please.
Ma'am, sorry.
Well, right. Do you job or food, bedding?
Navari kind of looks over at Sybil, like, what do you want to do? And it's sort of
Sybil
like,
looks at Nave and like, you can't imagine the depths of her dissatisfaction. Like, none of the options seem good, and she doesn't like any of it, but she's like, if we take a job, we don't have to like get to it immediately, do we? We can like have lodging or like take a bath or whatever.
There tends to be a bit of a time limit imposed on them. If people submit a job, they tell us when they want them done.
All right, well, I want to have a rest, she says to Navori.
yeah, it's just like, well, we'll take the lodging and all of that, please, first. Then we'll get a job. When we're all
Excellent.
settled.
Well, all you need do is, well, now that you've said so, walk up the stairs up to your right, and she points over to them, and place your badge up against the wall, and a room will open up to you. It will be as many rooms as you desire, and have the accommodations that you're looking for. Up to a point, of course. You're not going to get a palace out of us.
That still sounds rather nice. Thank you.
That said, she looks over to you, Cass, and answered, and you, job, rest, lodgings? You look like you could probably use a good sit down.
I guess, kind of like, she thinks about it. She looks like she's probably she just wants to go into it, man. But she says, can wait until tomorrow.
Excellent. Well, if you wish to stay, much like I told them, to the right, up at the wall.
She wastes no time in retreating to her quarters.
Okay.
Dancer's heartbroken that Cass just leaves immediately.
Ardanya looks at you, Dancer, and, oh, I thought you two were friends.
She rests her her hands on her chest and, like, in the most dramatic fashion. I thought she was my pal too. I'm doing an idiot. I will see to some rest. You don't mind? Yeah, I'm shape for a job in the morning.
Excellent. To the right, up the stairs.
Thank you.
She looks over at you, Mari, and Clive, and then Boone. She's like, oh, looks like your little furry friend there wished to try and make another friend.
Well, he does that.
Oh.
Yeah, Boone like watched Dancer leave, and he looks kind of forlorn.
Well,
He'll be okay.
good to know. Well, accommodation are, as I told them, up the stairs, to the right, wall, and if you'll forgive me for saying, please leave.
Yes. And she will immediately go.
Good, man. Understood, ma'am. Thank you for all your hard work. And Clive also makes his way.
She looks a little taken with you, Clive, when you compliment her. She's like, oh, someone cares. It's immediately obvious that people don't... No one talks to her nicely like that often.
Oh.
Clearly, they don't have manners.
Yeah. Alright, you guys all get your long rest.
Hey.
And a bath.
Yeah, and a bath.
Yeah.
Oh, dear God.
And as your own little groups, you wander down come the morning, waking up as you will, or quote-unquote morning. As Sigil goes, the lights outside are bright, like daylight bright, to make it obvious that it is daytime in Sigil, and the lights are emulating sunshine. And it's streaming through windows that you hadn't noticed previously, and there are significantly less people in here. But there are some eating breakfast and others eating what looks like dinner. What's up?
How early is it?
It's all said, it's probably about noon before all of you get down there.
Oh, okay. Sybil's one of the last to get down there.
Yeah,
Okay.
Navori didn't. I mean, well, if it was a comfy bed, she might have slept more than she expected to.
Oh yeah, it was exactly what she'd want.
Mario
It
probably
usually-
slept.
Then they both were kind of later getting down there.
It probably takes Clive a while to like get up and going because he has to wake Boone up.
Mario probably slept like 2 hours, got up at the crack of dawn.
Boone is still young enough to where he sleeps like a puppy, so he's just out.
Oh.
Oh.
How about Kess and Dancer?
Kess is up super early.
Okay, so Kess and Mario, you guys actually, for a little bit, you're the only two people down there.
Oh my god.
Cue the awkward staring from opposite corners of the room.
They both. Yeah.
Is it awkward or is it just comfortable for them?
Personable silence.
Yeah, personally, yeah.
They're just watching the same wall together.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
How about Dancer?
I'd say she doesn't like sleeping until noonish, but maybe like the 8 or 9 time frame of come on down.
Okay. And the big holdup was ultimately that Ardania didn't emerge until around this time. She comes out looking freshly bathed, a lot less harried and haggard than she did last night. She's fairly pretty for a fish person, or very pretty, depending on what you're into. She's got her, like red hair thrown over her shoulder in a nice braid. A very nice red dress. And she starts handing out jobs to individuals as they come up. And she immediately falls into a quick work pace.
The first thing Clive probably did was look for food.
Okay, yeah, there was
yeah.
breakfast readily available.
Oh my
He
god.
gets 2 plates, one for himself and one for Boone.
Okay.
Boone sits at the table with him and eats off his plate.
Maria gets 2 plates for herself.
Oh my god.
Navori eats like so much. Like there's food. She's got to shovel it all in her little
First actual meal she's had, and who knows how long.
Yeah, right. Like she's like, holy shit! There's so much food. I need to eat it.
Sybil is ungrateful. Her cheek is on the table, and she is listlessly funneling sausage into her mouth in a slow, lethargic manner, just knowing that she's gonna have to kill rats, and she doesn't like it.
Yeah.
She's pre-sulking.
Like, I feel like this whole time Navori's been trying to convince Sybil that she doesn't have to do this if she doesn't want to.
Once like Navori is down and like she's like off on her own a little bit, Cass is gonna like come over to her.
Oh jeez. I mean, let's be real, she's probably just gonna eat until Sybil's done. Like, she's just gonna keep eating.
In that case, Tess like sits down at the table directly across from her.
Oh my god.
And like squeezes herself into the chair. Or like she looks kind of awkward because she's very tall. She's all like legs. So, like, anyway.
Navori kind of glances up. It sort of ignores her for a bit. Again, you can't see where her eyes are going, so it's sort of weird. But she shovels a bunch of food in her face, and I imagine that Cass is just kind of like doing that thing where she's just like, her hands are folded, and she's just kind of like staring forward or staring at her or something.
So eventually, when she realizes that, you know, she has Navori's attention, she's like, "The tavern in the Mage District. You were there last night, yes?"
Sybil slowly lifts her cheek up from the table to look at Cass.
Yeah, Navori eats enough so she can speak, and then is like, "Yeah, I saw you there. Talking with that one, the grinning
Silver Dancer is her name.
Yes, that's me. And she hops down with like 2 plates. I didn't know what she wanted, so I grabbed a little bit of everything and she puts it in front of Cass. She sits down, starts eating, and gestures for them to continue.
I guess, like, what's that? Like,
I'm so sorry.
Navori just kind of grins.
Cass, like, exhales in a very put-upon manner and then turns back to Navori. And she's like, "There were some men looking for you."
Navori kind of stops. I mean, she still has a grin, but it's a bit like... she's a bit more focused now. And she's like, you saw them, did you?
I did, yes.
Not very nice ones then.
No, they did not look particularly pleasant.
So I take it that you're not friends with them or nothing. She shoves something else in her mouth.
No. They merely asked me if I had seen you.
Navori's tail is kind of curling around her leg a bit, and she's just like, "Well, did you... I mean, you did see me, didn't you?"
I did, yes. I did not tell them that. And they went in the opposite direction to the one you were following, so I thought perhaps you would be fine. And here you are.
Navori kind of grins. She's like, "Yeah, fine I am. Appreciate it, not telling them where I was."
Can someone make an insight check?
By all means.
I'm doing this mostly because I think it'll be funny because I have -1. 3.
What are you trying to figure out?
Just like her intentions.
Cass?
I mean, she you got what she's given. Like, there doesn't seem to be any ulterior motive.
Sybil's just like,
Yeah.
you know, eyes squinted, kind of like looking from one side to the other every so often.
And then, like, after that, like, brief moment of silence, Cass is just like, I assume this means you are in trouble, yes?
Navori kind of tilts her head and she's like, well, I mean, I'm in trouble a lot, but not all of it is my doing. Sometimes it's just, you know, people see me about and, well, you know how they are with street folk. Grab them, don't think anyone will miss them sort of thing.
Are you prepared to deal with them on your own? She looks between, like, Sybil and Navori.
Yeah, Navori makes a gesture like that Sybil has nothing to do with this.
Sybil like looks at Namor and she's like, if they come after you, I'm gonna have to fight them. Like, that's how this is. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've fought like a lot of angry men. That's just, you know, how it goes. Like, as if that's normal.
Navori kind of tilts her head and is like, well, I mean, of course, if we're together at the time, but if... What, you thinking of sticking around with me?
We have a debt to pay.
Oh no, I know that. You think it'd take that long, though?
Sybil like looks at Namori like girl. Just that look in facial features.
Yeah, she just makes some gestures. She's like, all right, yeah, yeah, look, I got some guys, some assholes that don't really like me that much, but it's always been like that.
How many of them are there?
Oh. Navori starts sort of counting on her fingers. How many of them were there?
Well, the last time, or...
Yeah, like...
Cass saw like 7 of them.
Okay.
Yeah, there were about 7 or 8.
Yeah, she's like,
And
well...
Cass pipes up like, there were 7 or 8 talking to me last night.
Yeah, that was the last time.
All of them, and she like reaches a height of about like dancer's height around this tall. And well armored, although they didn't look particularly trained.
Yeah. I mean, I could give him a slip. I did last time.
And when that fails?
Navori's like, well, I mean, the point is that it won't, or the hope anyway. I mean, I could try to fight him. I'm better at the sneaking sort, you know, the sort of like getting away through the small corner sort of thing.
You can tell that Sybil is thinking, and it's worrying.
It so happens that my acquaintance and I also, oh god, my accent is just all over the place.
You're doing great. Keep going.
Acquire some money to repay a debt. If you require some protection temporarily, we could do this together.
Navori has an odd look on her face at that, like...
Yeah, Sybil's like, alright, not that I don't appreciate this offer, you know? But, I'm not sure you noticed, but we're not the most, you know, yeah, right. So I just have to ask, like, no skin in the game. Why?
Kat's like, she's just sitting there like...
You seem very capable, and I just, you know...
Yes. That is the point. You do not seem very capable.
Chance
Damn.
retorts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Clive,
Sybil's like...
Clive's listening to this conversation from like across the room, and he's like, he winces at that. He's like, ooh.
Sybil's
Yeah.
like, yeah, fair, I mean, that's what I was saying. Alright, I mean, if you want to do glorified babysitting, I'm not going to stop you.
That's fine.
It sounds like a delightful time.
So what, you just want to help us? Like, stay out of the way of them pissing assholes. Look,
Yeah.
Navori seems kind of suspicious. Like, she's not used to people wanting to help, like, with just out of the goodness of their hearts. You know? Like, that's never how it's gone down before, so...
She, after like a couple of like moments of that staring, Kess reaches like under her like cowl, and she pulls out this like metal disc, and she puts it on the table. And when she like pulls her hand away, it was silver at some point, but now it's like that like dark tarnished kind of look, and like it was on like a field of like maybe obsidian, but it's like gone completely dull and cracked, and like anyone who knows religion can recognize it as a holy symbol.
Would Navori know that? I mean, she's kind of a baby
I'm leaving that up to Max if he
Yeah.
wants to like make y'all roll a
check or...
religion.
Yeah, both of you can make a religion check if you'd like.
All right.
Okay, I love flubbing rule. 9.
Navori, you get the sense. Yes, you too, Cat.
There's a lot
Navori.
of cats in this cavern.
Yeah. Navori, you get the sense that it is a holy symbol, but it's not like when you felt before. Sybil, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, Navori kind of tilts her head, and again, you can't actually see your eyes going down and up again. Which has got to be kind of disconcerting, honestly. She's like, that there's a holy symbol, isn't it? It feels different.
I'm a paladin of Ilkesh.
Would Navori have ever heard of Ilkesh?
No.
She sort of... It's like, well, that's one I never heard of, but that doesn't mean anything, really.
Well, perhaps that's for the best.
Why is it not a good god?
Ilkesh was the god of justice. And she puts the holy symbol away.
Oh, wait. So, wait, she didn't... Oh, right, never mind. Okay. So, was like... Did he fall or something?
Yes, but I intend to uphold his tenets.
Navori has a look over her face like now she understands like a whole lot better, and she seems a lot more at ease than she did before. Like, because, I don't know. It's not really that clear, but she's like, alright. Now, I get that. Oh, that explains a bit. You know, I never ran into someone, want to help out of the goodness of their heart and all, but that would be justice now, wouldn't it?
Sybil
now.
just, looks aside to Navori and, just kind of shoves some hash browns in her mouth and, looks away, excuse you. I'm here.
Oh.
Competition.
Yeah, Navori kind of sees that and is like, well, not like, look, you didn't want to babysit me or nothing. You wanted to
Sybil's just,
have some fun.
chewing, just raising like a cow.
You
No,
know that I
it's
think you're
fine.
great.
I get it.
Oh, you want to take this all the way, say, all those times I thought we were great and everything, it didn't mean nothing.
Well, that's just, what you're saying. So that's fine. This whole one day we've spent together means nothing.
Navori has this look like, what the
Picks
fuck
up her
are you
plate
talking
and
about?
walks away. She's just not here for this. Takes her breakfast, looks at Dancer, and just walks away.
Dancer is totally watching.
Clive's been just trying not to stare at the group over there, but Boone has absolutely been staring.
Yeah, Mario's
Sybil's
eyebrows are
100% just being a shit because she got bored and
It's fine.
it's working.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Navori's never not up the shit, so...
Mario, what were you doing?
She's just her eyebrows are slightly higher than they usually are.
Oh,
Extended her reaction.
oh, wow. Oh no. Dancer, how about you? What were you doing during all of that?
Just eating and watching the.
Now that Kess is away, Sybil looks at Dancer and she's like, so, you two traveling together, what's the deal? What's she leans in, expecting the gossip.
Dancer totally leans in. Well, we met at a bar, and we had some drinks. And then she got a little shy, so I tried to warm up a little bit, and then... Finals. Let me tell you, finals. It was
That nerd shit.
I know, academia.
Mm-hmm. Well, she can pack her punches, because there was this very angry little... I mean, sure, I think she was justified. But, there was some damage done in the process, and we were both caught in the middle of it, and she went out of her way for me, and that's why I'm tagging her. I mean, Cass, not the girl, but she went out of her way for her too.
Oh, well,
But that's why I'm here. So she's a good person. She's a real good pal. I would trust her.
I'm sorry.
Oh, there it is. That's the joke. That's it. That's the running gag. Cass is a good pal.
The armored friend.
Yeah.
Sybil's just like, huh. I heard people always talk about that sort of thing, but I just thought it was fake.
I mean, yeah, no.
Well, you got the real deal right over there. She's leaning on an elbow again, just watching Cass go off.
Sybil like crosses her arms and she leans back and she looks at Cass and she's like, she's so cool. Like, she just looks like she walked out of a storybook. It's just.
Does she really have that many eyes?
I don't know. I don't know which one to look at when she talks to me.
They say that when you don't know, like when you don't want to make eye contact, you like look at their nose, and it tricks people into thinking that you're looking them in the eye.
Oh.
Can she hear all this? That's a perception roll.
Yeah.
Alright. She's just eating her breakfast.
By now, Boone has just wandered up to the group. Like, there's food, there's the cattail.
Clive's just given up. He's like, all right, fine.
What side of the table is Boone on?
Yeah.
The nearest one he could get to.
Okay, yeah, he's next to you, Dancer. And he's just staring at your tail. And then he looks up at you. And then just hops up onto the bench next to you and just stares. Like,
Oh my
he
God.
just stares.
What a funny.
He opens his mouth and just starts panting at you.
He giving you them eyes, lass.
Well, he wants to be friends.
Or maybe he's hungry and she, like, offers a sausage. This is weird. Offers a little.
Clive, what does
Sounds
Boone do
like-
from here?
Oh, he sniffs the sausage and he decides it's food and he takes it and eats it. And he just keeps staring at her. He's just really not sure what to make of her because the only cats he's ever met were much smaller and he chased them. This one's big, but also person-shaped.
Is it
It's like-
people or cats?
It's like new territory to him.
Or
When a
maybe
dog
he'll-
sees its reflection for the first time.
Clive finishes eating and he walks over to the table and pats Boone on the head. Sorry about that. I think he's just trying to figure out whether you're, you look a lot like the things he used to chase back at home, except, bigger and on 2 feet.
Right, yeah.
Clive
It's-
shrugged.
It's fine.
Sybil's got that look on her face like, that's not fine. But she doesn't say anything.
The cat, Clive doesn't know. He's fine. It's a dog. I mean, he'll figure it out eventually.
Right.
At this point, Ardania yells, "Jobs are open!"
Ooh, need that.
Sybil like finishes the rest of her coffee and goes to follow Dave. All right, yeah, let's do
Boone
this.
sees people running and follows them over to the counter.
As Boone follows, Sybil is like, hello, good boy. Oh my god, you're a friend, you're a big friend.
He's like running alongside her, but also kind of like ramming into her, so she like trips.
She is off balance.
You guys make it up to the desk, and Ardania's like, "You didn't need to run."
But we did.
We're here first.
I...
I'm just imagining Ardania like looking behind them and just seeing like 3 other people in the room.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. And those
Just
people,
Clive just waves.
those people aren't even trying to get up.
Yeah.
Sybil's just like, what? Other people are gonna take like the good jobs, and then we're gonna get the shitty jobs, like, I don't know, kill centipedes and musty old mill house. I don't know.
Huh. Well.
I
All right.
mean, my first job, I technically fought a giant bat.
Oh,
And
is
some-
that what that was?
Yeah.
2 bloodsuckers.
Oh, yeah, the 2 leeches.
Oh. Cool.
Not the bloodsucker I was looking for, but yeah, close enough.
Is
guess.
that normal?
Well, anyway, you want a job.
Yes.
Right then. What have I got for new people? And she walks back to the large glowing board. In the daylight light coming in from outside, it's much more muted. It's like a gentle blue kind of pulse. And she walks over and looks at various notices that are scrawled up and slapped up to it. And she touches a few and, no, 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 no. Ah, here we go. She grabs it down, or rather, she reaches up and touches it, and a little brass, bronze-looking plate comes down, and she snatches it with 2 fingers and comes and puts it down on the table. And, alright, we've got a job right here. Unfortunately, it is to go clear out a basement.
It's not too bad.
However, you will need a sponsor to accompany you as you're a new group.
Sponsor.
Just another adventurer that is not brand new, really.
Well, all right.
Yes, you would be going off to the Daunted Vigil in the York District and clearing out their basement for them. We don't have any details other than that, but we presume, since it is for the new people, it's not too bad. Probably some rats.
Rats are nothing. Would Navori know where that is?
You can make a survival check.
She's also got that thing, being an urchin, where she knows about the city, man.
Yep.
Survival. She doesn't got that, but she's got wisdom. A whole 5.
You know it's a factory.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, how many of you are there?
How many of us does there need to be? Is there like a number requirement?
No, there's you need a sponsor for any group, and then you would also need an elder to look after you if it's any group of over a certain size.
Do we get assigned those?
A sponsor, someone can stand up and offer themselves. I only see one in here right now, but you will be assigned an elder, yes.
So like looks around the room and see like who the fuck the sponsor would be.
Yeah, Navori's doing that too.
Ardania looks at you, Maria.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
Mario sees all these people looking at her, and then she kind of looks behind herself, and then forward again. What?
You will have to look after these young, sprightly little idiots.
Sybil smiles and she kind of like glitters a bit.
If you would like, it is a job that pays.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well then, yes, the details. Well, you know the general location. It will be paying a total
Sybil
of
leans in closer.
300 gold and divided as you will.
Sybil looks like she's trying to do the math, but damn, she's dumb as shit.
Yeah.
Now, where are the other 2? As she looks for Dancer and Cass, and I figure
Cass
they
is
want
like,
a job.
Yeah, Cass is like right there, and she's like, "We'll also be helping."
One
more, okay.
Is Cass like behind them? Like
Yeah,
she's just like
Ominously.
I mean, by appeared, I mean you heard like heavy armored footsteps.
She Batman looms.
Sybil wasn't paying attention, so when Cass talks, she like double takes.
Oh, okay, and, Dancer, will you be along with them too?
I suppose I will, Maria.
And, Clive?
Oh, what? Clive was like staring off into space. He wasn't paying attention at all.
I think your dog wishes to go with his new friends.
He looks over to his dog. Boone wags his tail. Well, I do suppose I do need, a bit of money, seeing as how I refused payment for the last job.
Wonderful.
He stands up and stretches. All right. I don't have anything else planned for the day anyway.
Well, there's one more step, and since you are a sizable group all attempting a job together, you do have to go speak to an elder first.
Clive looks at Maria.
No, she's not an elder blood. No, unfortunately, not yet.
Old, but not an elder.
We've only got 2 on staff right now, actually. 2 that are within sigil. If you will give me a few moments, I will have them arrive.
Well, sir.
And she disappears behind the desk and then walks off, actually, and you see her open up a door you didn't see before and close it behind her.
Yeah, Navari looks over at Sybil is like, I think, divided by 4, it'd be, no, not 4, like 6, it'd be like 50 gold for each of us. Give you mine to your closer to the payment.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
we'll just put both towards the payment. I'm not really hurting for money. I have a house, like, I don't know why I stayed here the night, but we're here, so.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. It said 150, but was it 150 for each of us, or 150 total? I didn't, didn't really...
I think it's just like 150 for the general crime.
Alright.
Actually, give me a moment. I need a cough drop.
All we have are cherry drops,
Yeah,
and he hates cherry.
I'm sucking it up.
Sacrifices.
Yeah, the sacrifices one makes when they have to talk.
When I was a kid, there were butterscotch flavored ones.
Yeah, those are the
Yeah.
best.
Tight.
What happened to those?
I don't know. They just vanished.
God damn.
I had strawberry ones, and I had to be careful with them because I would just eat them.
Right.
Yeah, no, I was really tempted to just eat the butterscotch ones when I was a kid. They were amazing.
Yeah.
It would make you go kind of numb, which was also fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, hold on. I am not gonna have a voice tomorrow.
Oh no.
Okay, it's about now that you hear the big double door slam open, just,
Boone barks.
and you guys all look, and you see nothing. Just empty street before you. But you hear the sound of armor clattering, like something's coming at you. And you guys all look
Okay.
down, and you see an armored chicken strutting towards you with purpose.
Clive was like, mid-spooning like a mouthful of grits into his mouth, and he just kind of drops the spoon. He's like his jaws to gape.
And this chicken has a massive broadsword strapped across its back. Think the sword from Berserk.
Oh my god!
But
Called
like-
the sword.
But, like, scaled down to be, reasonable. Yeah.
Too heavy and too dull.
Yeah.
Sybil, who like apparently just fucking loves animals, has like her hands on her thighs again, and she's like crouched down. She's like, "Oh my god, look at him! He's ready for an adventure! Oh, I love this."
Yeah.
Um,
Boris has got her hands to her mouth. She's like, wait, wait, this is familiar.
Maria's just like, this isn't real. None of this is real.
Cass is just wholly stoic, like waiting.
and the chicken is like gray, kind of looking a little beat up. Like as he gets closer, you see one of his wings is a little shorter than the other. His little neck thing has like holes in it.
Oh my god.
And his armor isn't shiny. It's like beat up. It looks like it's well worn. It's been through some shit. Like it's singed in places. And as he gets closer, you see a tiny head pop out over his. It's got blonde hair and like just a mischievous little look about it. And as it gets closer, you hear the little voice screech out, "I see we have new adventurers!"
Oh, wait.
Clive's dumbstruck by this.
That Chris voice is gonna kill you.
Yeah, I'm not doing that again.
Don't hurt
Yeah.
yourself, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that wasn't
I
even like, that wasn't the proper register at all. It was the best I could do, and it hurt. So we're not doing that one again.
We'll just suspend our disbelief for this.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
If Navori has theoretically read the Nameless book a billion times to
Oh, absolutely.
her other friends,
She knows who it is.
she's just like, holy crackers and piss, they're actually real. I never thought I'd see them.
Like,
I gotta tell all my mates about this.
up until now, Clive's been doing a very good job actually of like adapting to like life in Sigil. Like he's not been too freaked out or confused by all the different races and people that he's met. But like this is the first time where he's just like, what? He's baffled.
And they get pretty close to you guys, like one table away from the desk, and Jeremiah just hops. Like, it is an impressive vertical leap. And lands on top of the table with a little flutter of his wings. And turns his head to stare at you guys out of one eye.
Sybil is excited, but not for the same reason Navori is excited.
Yeah, Navori's got her hands together and she's grinning all toothy and she looks almost starstruck. Like
She's like, "Sir, what do you mean they're actually real? I mean, you know, like
have you
they're..."
ever read of the Nameless book?
We're famous
No.
war heroes, Chris
Yeah.
practically belts out.
Clive just looks uncomfortable. He's not really sure how to react to all this.
Maria too.
It's like a tale of the Nameless group, right? It's been all around Sigil for a while. I read it to my mates all the time, and I never thought that I'd actually meet someone from it. This is amazing. It's an honor to meet you both, Jeremiah and Chris. Yeah.
Yes, says Chris, and she tosses her head in a thick golden braid of hair that might not even be her own. Just tosses over her shoulder. And you see that she's wearing like this really elegant, well-cut, lacy red dress. She's got like a staff across her back, but it's like super fancy looking. It's actually like a stick.
twig.
Yeah, it's like a twig, but it has really intricate details on it, like intensely small details because of but it looks beautiful. And you know, she doesn't hop off of his back, but she flutters up her little sprightly wings, pulling her up in the air, and she zips across over his head a few times and looks you all over and crosses her arms across her chest, and So, this is the newest batch, huh?
Yeah. Navori's kind of wagging her tail again.
I see. Well,
I just want to note that for flavor, just like a really majestic breeze just passes over them, like flutters hair, flutters capes.
Yeah, actually, Sybil, you feel a little flutter in your heart.
Sybil's not sure what that's about.
Yeah. She looks all of you over and... Well. I see. She looks at you, Dancer, and flits over to you and stares you down at the tip of your nose and... You're quite fancy to look at, aren't you? So much to see.
Thanks.
I'm
Likewise.
going to call you Bean Toes.
That is a lovely name. Thank you.
I'm glad you think so. And she flits away. There's a little buzzing sound as she moves around. And...
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Does she have a glitter trail?
Oh, yeah.
Yes!
Full on Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
And she just looks the group over and... Well then, what are you complete losers going to be doing? What do I need to look you over for?
Apparently we're cleaning out a basement.
Huh.
Clive just shrugs.
Do you hear that, Jeremiah? A basement. And he just...
Losers, are we getting hazed?
Jeremiah just clucks.
We're getting hazed, alright.
Well,
That's probably about right.
we're here to make sure you don't die. Because nothing's worse for a bunch of adventurers than coming back dead.
Yeah, that sounds pretty bad.
Tess, like, she opens her mouth to be like, if we were dead, we wouldn't come back. But then she just decides it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Well then, okay, what's everybody's name?
I'm Clive, and this is Boone. He motions to the dog.
She smiles so widely when she sees Boone that it's a little creepy. And then she looks away quickly at the next person.
Gotta stay professional.
Yep.
Maria.
Okay, how about you pompous-looking one?
Which one's the pompous
Yeah.
one? I can think of two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sybil puts her hand to her chest, like pearl clutching motion, looks around, looks back, pouts, she pulls it off, blue steel, and is like, Sybil.
Okay. And the other pretentious one? Big, tall, and scary.
You may call me Kess.
No. Well then, Kess. I know you already Bean Toes.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, other one?
I'm Nivori.
Oh.
Pleased to meet ya.
Well, the pleasure's absolutely not mine. I'm here to put you all through the ringer.
Nivori just looks stupidly excited.
Clive like looks over like at the others with this look like, is this a prank? Are we being tricked?
Kess is just like, she hasn't been in Sigil for too long, but she's been in Sigil for long enough to just assume that this is how it is.
Sybil looks at Clive and she's like, don't worry, just go with it, but if someone gives you a drink, don't drink.
No, you will drink whatever I give you. I am your lord and master for now,
No.
and until I say otherwise.
Is there any moment where, like, Chris looks away?
I mean, no. She's giving you guys, like, the steeliest gaze you've ever seen, and it's a little weird coming from a tiny sprite.
Nivori just looks like she's at a fucking theme park right now. like at Disney World when you're going through those things and you're watching all that crazy shit happen. Like, she's really excited.
Well, we're going to go and do your job now. You're all going to follow me. Stay in line, children.
Understood, ma'am?
Good. Now. And she flits over to Jeremiah and settles onto his head, and you see she pulls up like a set of reins.
Oh my god.
Adanya, we're taking them out for their little ride. We'll be back, she says as Oh, that was poorly timed.
Don't
She-
time it.
Yeah, she calls back over her shoulder, and Ardania peeks her head out and goes, "Right, okay. Don't kill them, Chris and Jeremiah." And Chris goes riding out atop Jeremiah.
Well,
I'm guessing there's like an awkward pause between everyone. They're like, Clive's like still unsure of what's going on.
Sybil looks at Clive and she's like, just if you have to drink anything, just throw it up. Just on the slide, just throw it up. Fine. Just...
I've drank a lot of weird things before. I'm sure I'll be okay.
Kes just like looks at Ardanya and is like, "Do we have a choice?"
Oh, you've always got a choice. I mean, if you want money... Oh, that one's already going. Well, if you want money, I'm afraid that this is the only one you can do.
She goes.
Clive sees Casco and he shrugs and is like, "Well, I'm all right then." You boom, head out the door.
Deborah's thinking about all she's gonna tell her friends later.
So you guys take to the streets of the car, and Jeremiah is pretty easy to follow. Like, people get out of his way. They part for him like the Red Sea. And he leads you guys...
She thinks this is so great. Like, it's really him.
He leads you guys through the streets for about 10 minutes before Chris looks behind her, and, "Oh, look, all of you are actually following. Color me surprised." Well, so what's the details of the job? What are we doing?
Navori takes out a ratty-looking journal and is like, "Clear out the basement, don't to the vigil." That's a factory, isn't it?
Ah, yes. Well, this should be simple enough for you scrubs.
Will we actually be scrubbing?
If I say so, you will.
Alright.
And she goes back to trotting, or Jeremiah goes back to trotting, and she looks ahead. And you guys just continue to follow through the streets of this bustling city. With daylight, it's more active. There are people going about their days. You pass by street carts, people selling various goods, some selling cloth, others selling these mysterious foods called tacos.
yes.
Taco.
You pass by several shops. It is just a normal day in the car. Off in the distance, there forever looms the Magus Spire. But about 15 minutes of walking later, with Jeremiah kind of slowing down a little bit, and Chris having to lean forward to mutter something to him, and he picks the pace back up. You guys make a very abrupt transition from the car into the York district. It's not like stepping between night and day, but it's just sort of like the city just changes. There's no like, oh, you walk a block and then it transitions. It's like houses, factories, back to back. And immediately you're assailed by a thick, noxious smelling smoke. It's like smog has settled over you guys. And as you move through the streets here, there's the loud sound of industry around you, the clanging, people grunting. And once you've been in here for a few minutes, your vision clears and you're able to actually see around you. But it still seems like this area is shrouded and cordoned off from the rest of the area with this disgusting industrial shroud. Generally think like Victorian era London manufacturing sort of thing.
Oh, coal smog.
Yeah, it's not good.
Good
Probably-
stuff.
Probably reminds Clive of some of the cities back in his home plane a bit.
Oh, most definitely. And you pass by a few large buildings that are made out of gray, unmarked stone. You see people of various sizes and shapes and calls of life wandering about. Some people are wearing very finely cut clothes. Others are wearing stuff that looks kind of like what Navori's wearing. You do pass what seem to be a few pubs, and eventually Jeremiah does pull you guys up to this large warehouse-looking building, and on the front you see a big shield. And Chris says, "Well, this is the Daunted Vigil. They are a weapons manufacturer, and will quite honestly provide you with some goods in the future, so I recommend you don't fuck this up."
Duly noted.
Yes.
And she leads you guys in. And you step in, and it's suddenly hot. Just, you almost immediately break out into an awful sweat, except you, Kess. You're hot, but, no one can tell if you're sweating or not, really.
Navori immediately starts fanning herself.
And the source of the heat is immediately apparent as you see a large forge at work. There are pistons moving, molten metal trailing down through pipelines and into these large anvil-shaped things where you see dwarves mostly working on various weaponry and armor. However, you do immediately notice that the area is like half-staffed. There's a lot of cold forges. And a dwarf wanders up to you before too long. He's about 3'5". Very, very thick hair, like a lion's mane almost. Blonde even. And his thick bulbous nose is kind of the only thing you can see until he looks down at Jeremiah, and Jeremiah clucks a few times, and he nods, and then looks up at you guys, and, "Well then, who's going to be the leader?"
Wait, there's a leader.
"Who should I be talking to?" "Right then, all of you. The name's Olaf. I'm the foremaster of this forge. There's been some problems here lately." And as he's talking, he brushes away some of the hair, and you see his eyes that are deeply sunken in. But it's still just kind of his nose and his eyes that you can see underneath the hair. Even when he talks, you don't see a mouth move.
His mustache is
Undulating,
twitches
yes.
Yeah. Just his beard is shaking a little bit when he talks.
like Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist.
Kinda, yeah.
Yes.
Mustache wiggle.
Right then, we've had this awful, awful problem in the basement, and we've been sending people down to figure it out, and surprise, people have stopped coming back up. So we decided to hire the adventurers, and, well, now we need you to go down because people have stopped coming to work, and we can't really blame them because people have died, but it's still rather inconvenient.
How did they die?
Well, we assume if they haven't come back up, they're dead.
No one's gone to look.
You haven't seen any bodies or anything.
Foolish assumption. And is the entrance to the place evident?
Not immediately, no.
Right.
You can make a perception check.
Alright. Well, she'll just straight up be like, she steps forward and she's like, where is it?
Ah, right, straight to business then. Come with me. And he turns, and when he walks, it's kind of stiff-limbed. And eventually he leads you guys through some of the ironworks, down underneath one of the big chutes that's currently moving molten metal, and it's super hot under there. Dancer, you in particular are kind of miserable in here.
Yeah.
Boone looks pretty unhappy too.
Yeah.
He's panting.
Sorry, that's weird. Like, what do tabaxi do? Do they pant? That's weird.
No,
I don't-
cats don't pant. They
Yeah,
sweat through their paws.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Sweaty hands.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is why she's a monk, actually, because holding on to anything when she's hot is impossible. He points to a large steel door, and it's down there.
Cass goes. She's gonna open the door.
Make a strength check.
Sure. She can do that. In theory.
Yeah, you walk over and try, and the door screams, but you don't make any progress.
Sybil is gonna try to open the door.
All right,
Yeah.
make a strength check.
Navori's just like, how? Do you know there was a problem before? Like,
Sybil's like, I got this, it's fine. And she she yanks on the door and it doesn't budge. And then
Your arm
yanks
kind
a
of,
little harder.
and you yank so hard that like your arm hurts. Like, you know that thing where you're like, I got this, and you tug so hard and it doesn't come. You're like, ow, fuck.
Yeah, you need a hand with that?
Is there a latch?
Make a perception check.
Please tell me it's a push door.
Or yeah.
You don't see anything that would tell you which direction it swings.
Okay.
when they're struggling with the door.
Well, she tried pushing.
Maria's asking.
Already tried, like.
Yeah, Navori's
yeah.
also asking questions.
Okay, what are you guys asking?
Navori's like, so what's normally back there? Like having people go in there and not coming out. What usually goes on back there that we got to worry about?
Oh, it's typically a storage area. Poor Bimble went back there and didn't come up, and we were like, well, maybe Bimble fell asleep, and we sent Aaron down there, and Aaron didn't come back, and we're like, well, maybe they both fell asleep, and then we sent Timble, and Bimble's brother just didn't come back. We were like, well, Timble's always a good worker, and, well, you see where I'm going with this.
Nothing alerted you to the fact that there might be something down there?
No.
Heard any like noises or any like drop-ins?
You get any
or...
weird shipments lately?
Yeah.
Well, no, we've not gotten any weird shipments, nor have we really anything unusual has been going on. We've just business as usual. Cass and Sybil, you guys push on the door and it opens.
I knew it.
Cass like looks at Sybil and like you can't see her eyes, but it's that sort of like exchange that they will never talk about this again.
Sybil's like, yeah, good teamwork. We did it.
It doesn't like swing open so much as it scrapes open, but it's very clearly like, yeah, no shit.
I mean, Cass is going in. She doesn't need any more information.
Yeah, Sybil's following.
All right, Cass and
They're
Sybil
going
just.
in. Like, Mari's just like, alright, thank you, bye. She runs after them.
Boone, you wait here. Keep an eye on things.
Boone barks and kind of settles down, and Jeremiah and Chris settle near him, and you see Chris flit over to Boone and whisper something. Like, she lifts up his ear and whispers something, lets go and flits back, and you catch her, Jeremiah, and Boone heading outside.
Clive looks like mildly concerned, but he's got a job to do.
It's probably all right.
I mean, yeah, Boone's good at taking care of himself.
So, do you guys also go down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break because my voice is slowly giving out, and I need to take a second.
Get some like
Drink tea.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
can
make
you
some
make
tea.
tea?
So,
You have, like,
honey.
do you have any like
hot
mint?
chocolate.
Do you like mint?
Throat.
Mint tea usually helps my throat a lot.
we don't have
Honey.
that, but we'll be right back, internet. All right, we're back, internet.
Hey.
Hey.
So, are you guys all heading downstairs now?
Yep.
All right, you guys all head into the basement, and it is immediately dark. First and foremost, just dark. Those of you without dark vision are pretty much unable to see anything.
I'm gonna light that torch again.
Shit.
I have dark vision.
Okay.
Hey.
I also have dark vision.
Hey.
And you all got a light.
Shadow.
Are there any flames?
Casts,
Oh,
casts light.
oh, there you go.
Fair.
Like,
She doesn't use any spell. Like, it's not a spell. It just like she holds out her hand and a light appears. She doesn't mutter anything. She doesn't do anything. It just blink.
Otherwise, Mario's a walking flint and tinder.
Okay. Well then. You guys head down, and after a few moments of walking down the stairs, you do hear the sound of, like, wind going through a large room in front of you. And guess what I need?
I don't.
initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Immediately.
Yep.
Sweet.
Boy.
Now I see a thing.
It sucks not being Lofty anymore because now my initiative is bad.
Well, I mean,
Oh, never mind. I rolled a 19.
I love my +8 initiative.
Jesus.
Good golly.
Rangers.
He is
It will
ready.
not ranger, it's a feat.
Oh, yeah.
I took the alert feat.
Since you guys don't have an
Jesus,
elf this
angry
time.
cat.
Wait, we have to do a roll off, Nina.
Oh my god. Okay.
First
a
roll
flat
off of
D20,
the new
right?
campaign.
Yeah.
Your cat's like dying in the background.
No, they're fine. He's just harassing me.
Okay. I'm gonna call out initiatives. 25 to 20. Anyone get that?
25. Wait, like 20 between 20 and 25?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 23.
Okay.
Why?
This is how I'm doing initiative now, because I don't... It's easier for me to
It's
just call it
Nino
out.
and then me.
I mean, that doesn't help me still.
Yeah, it does. We come after Clive. It's Nino and then me.
There's other things that have initiative.
You know, there's like a tree that'll.
Oh yeah, there is, isn't there?
20 has a feature for this.
Yeah, hold on. Let me figure that out. I remember we talked about this yesterday. Or Thursday. Turn order. Okay.
Hey.
Sorry.
God.
Your cats are the best.
Angry.
Okay.
It's like children fighting in the background.
They pretty much are.
It's like when you start fighting in the back seat when your mom's trying to drive.
What's this? Oh, this still sucks.
Oh, cool! It highlights.
Yeah, alright, you guys are gonna see something that I don't really want you to see, but I
Oh,
gotta
you-
check something.
Turn that off for us.
Yeah, okay. You'll see monsters. This
I
makes
mean,
it
no, you can't
effectively
turn off
useless.
turn order for us. Like, you can't make it so that we can't see it.
No.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah, this is effectively useless. Okay,
You could always put our turn order up there and then just keep track of where the monsters go.
yeah, actually, that's a good idea. That's what I'll do. Alright, so we got Clive first. 19 to 15, just call out your numbers.
18.
19.
19.
Okay.
I go, then Ed goes, then Das goes.
Okay. So,
Why does Nivori the only one that has a name?
Sybil's the only one that has a name on my screen, so
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
just how it be.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, I only have my name on there.
Nivori got an 18. She's not on our level.
Wow.
I don't like this, but I'll use something later. All right. What did you two? What did the other two get?
I got a 14.
All right,
I
Dad.
got an 8.
All right. All right. Give me 1 second.
Animals, stop it.
No, they must dance.
All right. Nope. Wrong music. All right, Clive, you're up.
Okay.
Imagine if Max changed the music and Butt Rock started playing.
Escape from the City just belts out.
Clive's gonna walk right here. He's gonna draw his crossbow, and can he see anything moving around, like any silhouettes in the darkness? Did we lose Max?
Oh,
Max, you
whoops, I
alive?
was muted. Make a perception check.
Okay. Damn it.
No, it's too dark, and there's just this weird whistling sound. Like air moving through a tunnel.
Okay, well, Clive is not going to be the first to rush in, so he's gonna stay right there for now.
All right. All right. Cass, you're up.
Okay, Cass is gonna get her shield on, have her warhammer out, and she's gonna just fucking strides into the.
That's what
Oh, wait.
Clive is waiting for. He's gonna let the giant armored lady go in first.
Hang on. Can I see? Oh, was the rat there? It was there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it just showed up.
Oh boy,
Okay.
giant rat.
I mean, she sees it. She's gonna smack it.
All right.
Does it look hostile? First off, like she's not just gonna smack an innocent rat. Does it look hostile?
It's definitely kind of skittery.
All right. Well,
If you want to use a check, by all means, but
no, she's gonna. You know what? It's vermin.
wow.
She's gonna smack it. She's gonna miss.
Yep. You try to bring your hammer down on it, and it skitters off to the side a little bit, and looks
It's like
at you, and,
whack-a-mole.
yeah, and hisses.
Like Valmon.
All right. Sybil.
Well, I mean, Sybil doesn't look happy. You know, like, she's just like, this is exactly what I didn't want to do. And she kind of just trundles up and she goes to unsheath her sword. And as she does, just like, this like green bolt comes out the tip towards the rat. It like glitters gold. It looks cool. It does not look like she did it on purpose. And that is, oh god, okay, I make an attack roll. I've never used Eldritch Blast before. 11.
That hits.
Okay, cool. Alright. I took like a feat, so now I got like, shit for this. Bless you.
What's all about?
Oh, I have to do math.
Gain bad at math.
Oh, so gay, so bad at math. Okay. It does this many.
Okay. The little bolt fires out, and just the mouse just vaporizes. There's this just nasty scent of like just burned flesh that gets quickly masked by like what smells like perfume.
Sybil, like, puts her sword aside and, like, brushes her hair back because she was gonna, like, raise her hand to her mouth and look surprised, but she, like, tries to, like, play it off, and she's like, ah, yeah, took care of that. All right. It's all good.
Okay. Navori.
First she goes over to Sybil and she's like, "You've got a neat soul, the lass." And let's see. She's gonna do the thing. She's probably gonna do the thing. So she looks around. She can see what I could see on this thing, right?
Yep.
Like, okay. So she
You
can
can-
see a couple more things in there, and she's like, well, best take care of both of these at once. And she brings up her pendant, and she's going to invoke duplicity. Her channel divinity thing. She's making a fucking clone of herself, man.
Okay.
Perfect.
Let me mark it so we all know it's the fake. All right.
Yeah. So there's just now two of her. Like she was in one spot and she steps to the side. Like both of herself step to the side at the same time. She's like, "This is fucking amazing." And then she like high fives her double, and she's like. And the double's like, "You go that way, I'll go this way." And she's like, "Yeah." And so she's going to see how many things did she put? Was here. She went here, so she can go up there. Well, no, she's not gonna go up there. She's gonna make her double.
Okay. You should have control.
Yeah. Her double's going that way. And she's staying where she was for now.
Okay. Maria.
Oh, let's see. I think she's gonna move up a little bit and shoot one of these guys.
All right.
See if I can find my modifier. Well,
That misses.
goodbye.
You raise your pistol and try and crack off a shot, but it misfires and there's this like sound.
Oh no.
Um. Dancer.
Hey,
get
she's
him,
gonna
get
pull
him.
up. What?
Go get him, cat.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for you.
Oh.
I hate myself.
I mean, that's not where I thought you were gonna take it, but okay.
I said I would do this. Okay, well, she's gonna get her corner staff out, and she's gonna mosey on up for now. Get her all of those nice. What a fitting place for her.
God.
That's it for now.
Okay.
I'm laughing at the fact that dancers had to deal with a dog and now rats.
Sigil's been a weird time.
And a
Toward
fish.
towards the back of the room, or in deep into the darkness, you hear more rustling. Clive, your turn.
He's gonna take a shot at this one, his crossbow. Well, okay.
Yep, that's a miss.
Great.
You pop off a shot, and it skitters off to the side real quick.
The two ranged weapon users they're doing great tonight.
We were feeling cocky after that bat, but...
Right?
Cass, you're up.
Okay. So, no one's taken damage yet, hey?
Oh,
No.
I don't think
Good.
so, yeah.
Not that I'm aware of.
Alright, just gonna move over there, just gonna hit it.
Alright.
In theory. Oh my
Oh,
god.
no!
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
It's
It's a
a,
complete contrast to
what
the
is-
first session.
What is happening?
You know what? good theory. Sybil.
Pick up our slack.
Alright. She's gonna try to do what she did again. She, like, lifts her sword up and she, like, does a flourish. And again, green energy comes crackling out, fucking going for a rat. This one right here.
Okay.
Kess is not used to fighting small, wiggly things.
Alright.
People.
That hits. Roll damage.
I rolled damage.
Oh yeah, you did immediately. Wow, look at you.
Jesus, that's
Top thing.
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, I took a feat, so I add my charisma to my roll.
Isn't it your charisma modifier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have an 8 modifier? Jeez.
No,
it's
it's-
you add it on top of what Eldritch Blast does already.
I thought it was just like a D10.
Yeah, it'd be like a D10 plus 3. Where are you getting the
Oh.
plus 8 from?
No, it says +4. I don't think that it adds it automatically on roll 20. Let me check spells real quick.
Okay, well, while you're doing that, it doesn't matter. The thing gets squashed. Which rat did you shoot at? The one directly in front of you?
Yes.
Okay. That green energy shoots out again, and after the mouse is vaporized, there's like this weird scent of perfume. And Kess, you get
Why?
a snout full of it. I don't know why I said snout, but there we are.
Well,
Get a load of that snout.
Cass now has a snout, confirmed. Word of God has demanded it.
Kess, the rat, is going to try and attack you.
okay.
It's not happy with you.
That's fine. She's not happy with it either.
And it crits.
Oh my god!
Oh, wow.
That's where all your natural 20s are going, to the rat.
Insert like blinking man .gif.
Yeah. This rat, like,
Oh my
just
god.
fucking... You're, like, half leaned down trying to smash it, and it leaps up and just fucking grabs you in the cheek, and its teeth sink in and it tears.
Oh.
And you take 2 points of piercing damage.
What a crit.
I don't like that.
Yep.
she doesn't say anything. She looks like her posture is just like disgusted. like just, She's done.
Whoops, I thought I muted for that one. Gross. Um, all right. Nave, it's your turn.
All right. The double. Let's see how it's probably it's moving right there, and looking at them two rats, it's gonna use Word of Radiance.
Okay.
So let's see. They gotta make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Both of them.
That's a fail.
What's the word?
14?
Yeah, that one succeeds.
Okay. What happens?
Let's see. Alright. The one that didn't make it takes 1d6 radiant damage.
Okay, roll damage.
A whole 6.
Okay. What do you say?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, what is this word?
That is a good question. It's a divine word. So it's probably, like, I don't know. What would be a divine word to her? Like, she probably says something that, like, her god has said to her, but her god doesn't really talk in words. So it's probably, like, not even really a word. It's, like, a weird... I don't know. It doesn't necessarily even sound like a language, but
You could
it's
say it's
something
just
alright.
incomprehensible to like
Yeah.
anyone that hears it.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Alright, so one of them gets squished. There's just this radiant burst of energy, and one of the rats is just gone.
It's like speaking in tongues or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
This other rat is going to try and bite your double, though.
I can do that.
And it crits.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
This
These
thing
rats are
doesn't
taking
have
shit.
HP.
I have
No.
Yeah, so I believe it is just gone.
No, it's not. The double doesn't disappear.
There's no way that's like
Yeah.
how it works.
What? Where I like? It doesn't say anything about it. I can read the entire
Oh, wait,
thing.
hold on. I'm trying to read something. Alright, so we're going to say that... Hold on.
I think it goes away. It only lasts for a minute, and it goes away if Navori herself loses concentration. She can cast spells through it.
Okay, no, I see.
Looks like it acts like a familiar.
No, I see. It's basically like it's DM discretion to see if it can be attacked. Since this is a rat, it doesn't know the difference between a real person and not, so it tries to bite it, and it doesn't work. Because the way this works is, it is very clearly an illusion, and if something can, like, easily tell, like, hey, that's an illusion, they're not going to hit it. But...
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, it's not like it's not a familiar or anything. It's just like an animal isn't gonna tell, but a person's gonna be like, no, that's not you. So yeah, this is being an animal tries to attack it and just kind of phases through and looks really confused, and your double just kind of snickers. We're gonna get a rat that goes skitter, 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 skitter. It's gonna attack you, Maria.
Oh no.
Gonna get a natural 20.
No, it gets a 6.
Well then.
So it misses. Maria, you're up.
I'm gonna shoot this rat that attempted to bite me.
Alright, you gonna take your step back?
Point blank.
Yes.
Alright. Yeah, that hits.
Yay.
Maria takes a step back and just flicks her wrist, and there's a little flame that sparks off of her thumb and cracks off a shot, and it just blasts the rat. Now there's only half a rat.
Oh my god.
Rat jam.
Yeah.
The other rat went? We don't know. Everywhere.
Dancer, you're up.
These dang critters. Alright, she's gonna. Well, mosey on up to Cass, and I've got ya. And she's taking a swing with her quarterstaff at the rat that just approached.
Okay.
Here, I don't know how to do the ripple thing.
You just hold down, click.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That one. Alright. God help me with my rolls. She needs to look cool in front of her pal. Well,
That hits.
okay. Shit.
All right, you smush a rat. Just.
Merciless.
All right, Clive. We're back up to you.
Right. Clive's gonna take a couple steps forward, and he's gonna shoot this rat right here.
Okay.
Please tell me he shoots this rat.
He shoots that rat.
Good.
He shoots the rat good.
Yep.
Shoots the rat real good.
The crossbow bolt twangs off and just demolishes another rat.
I just imagine they're shooting this rat and they're like exploding into blood.
Excessive.
Give it rats.
Right. Alright, we've got... This rat is going to back up one away from you, Cass. Just...
Oh jeez.
Alright, Cass, it's your turn, though.
She ain't letting that fucker go. In fact, she's expending a spell slot to smite it.
Okay.
Her honor is on the line.
Yeah, that's... You hit the rat.
This rat just ceases to be.
Smite the
Where
rat.
once there was a rat, now there's nothing.
Let it be a warning.
Oh my god.
Oh no, I just realized the page. That was a mistake. I need to see how much damage my spite does. 2d8.
Jesus.
That's excessive.
A bit.
And they're both one.
Alright, so her... there's like a teal sheen to her weapon. And she just like...
Oh my god.
she smites that rat real
Oh.
good.
Poor rat. I mean,
That rat
Does she bring
ascended.
the hammer down and when she lifts
Yeah,
it back
when-
up, it's gone?
Yeah, like... When she strikes the rat, there's like the resounding sound of like a gavel hitting a bench. And when she pulls it up, that rat, there's just no evidence that a rat was ever there.
Just like a little smolder.
Yeah.
Where'd that go?
I think you got it.
it didn't make you that angry, did you? Didn't it?
Sybil.
Sybil is going to just... No, she's fine where she is. Also, it turns out, fucking Roll20 just does all the math for me. I never need to do math again. So it's 1d10 plus 4. Anyway.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Here's a 14. She's hitting the rat that is over here.
Yep, that hits.
Okay, cool. She does that.
Hey.
Okay, that rat just also zapped.
Sybil's just like a kid in a candy store. She just figured out something that she can do, and it's super cool. And she's just pointing her sword at rats that show up, shooting her cool ass green and gold laser. Like, yes,
Alright, this rat is going to leave.
Saw one of its brethren cease to exist and was like, nah, fuck this.
Alright, Knave, you're up.
Alright, she saw that one heading off, and she's like, wait, hold on. and she's moving over here to get a better look at them, but her double going up between them. And gonna use Word of Radiance again.
Okay.
On both of them. Constitution, I think.
Is that a cantrip or a spell slot?
It is a cantrip.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a 14. And another 14.
Shit. They both make it.
Okay.
So it doesn't do shit.
Yeah, it glows briefly. And both of the rats just kind of still skid around and hiss.
Damn it.
This rat. Actually, no. This rat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dancer, one's coming down for you. It sees a cat.
So of course you gotta run at it like that's
Triggered.
That's a 19. These rats are rolling real good.
Oh my god. Yeah, that hits.
You take 1 point of piercing damage as it skitters over and just bites you.
Alright, I deserve that. I guess.
Okay, this rat backs up more, and then there's a screaming sound like a rat stuck.
Oh.
And this one does the same, and there's still the...
Ominous.
You know,
I didn't do it!
I got a feeling.
Mario, it's your turn.
I got a sneaking
Oh, boy.
suspicion there's more down here than just rats.
Yeah, you know, I don't think that a couple of dwarves would get eaten up by these rats here.
I'd be worried if that was the case.
I guess I'm gonna look for it a little bit more.
Okay.
And I'll take aim at that one over by the double.
Okay. Nope. You crack or... Oh, okay, so it does... Alright, cool. Yeah, no, that cracks off and just beams the rat in the head, and once again, half a rat.
The double looks surprised. Like, this
All right.
rat just blew up at its feet.
Wait, I'm confused.
What?
Why is the light on Maria? I
What?
thought it was on.
She has a torch up, too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Cass isn't the source of a light source though, so she should probably also have.
Yeah, she doesn't have light for me.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, Silver or Dancer, you're up.
Alright, well, she was curious about the lumps over there, but she's gonna get her revenge on the rat. Just to deal with the sucker.
Oh no, are those rat swarms?
Don't say that. Rat?
Don't.
Yeah, that hits.
I know what they look like.
Let me
Now that
zoom.
I-
Alright,
Oh no, it's so much worse.
you smush you a rat.
Alright, she's smushed.
Oh, you're right. It is worse.
Alright, Clive, you're up.
Okay. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Clive's gonna take a step. Does he see that up there?
He sees whatever you see.
I, what is? What?
Zoom in. Zoom. Just zoom in.
Oh dear.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Those bees.
I mean, they might not be bees. They might be a stand for
Maybe
some.
just a
There's
texture.
definitely a swarm, though.
Maybe it's locusts.
Locusts.
Y'all.
Beetles.
You can make a
Clive,
perception check.
Yeah, Clive's gonna make a perception.
All right.
Just squint a little bit. Just pay attention.
Well, whatever it is, it's not moving. And that's all you get.
I was like, do y'all see that up there? He points in that direction.
There's a thing over here. Actually, I have a question. Like, are
Mhm.
those black squares? Are those holes?
Yeah,
or
those are holes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can see everything across there too.
Sybil looks over at the pile and she's like, what do you mean? It just looks like a lump.
I mean, it's a pretty weird looking lump.
Okay, you got me. Yeah.
All right. So, Clive, as you're sitting there, you hear a skittering on the ceiling above you,
Stop.
Oh dear.
and you look up.
Spoilers.
And you see a giant
No!
spider
Oh,
descend
my
from
God.
the ceiling on a just single thread of silk.
No. Stop. What?
You just hear, by any chance, any of y'all happen to be scared of spiders? You might want to leave the room.
I'm scared of spiders. Justine is freaked out by this fucking spider.
Well, unfortunately, Justine cannot leave the room.
All right. So this spider is just gonna skitter on over to you, Clive,
No.
and just try and take a chunk.
Oh jeez.
It misses. It got a 2.
Good. He
Um,
didn't see it come down at him after all.
yeah. You saw it just across the ground. You're just shit. All right, Cass, it's your turn.
She looks at the
Mom,
ceiling.
please come get Spider.
Yeah. She looks at the ceiling.
Uh huh.
Is there any more?
Make a perception check.
Alright. Fucking.
No, you look up and it's too dark up there.
Alright. She's gonna.
You get nothing but a
Obey.
sense of foreboding.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she like slams her war hammer against her shield a little bit to get its attention.
Okay. You see beady eyes swivel over to look at you, and mandibles click together. Sybil, you're up.
For a second there, I was like, did Justine leave?
I contemplated it.
Justine actually did leave the room.
Sybil, like, she doesn't want to draw attention to herself, but I mean, it's the only thing around to hit, so she's gonna stay at a fucking distance and blast some magic at it. Or not, because
Yep,
she
nope,
rolled
that
an 8.
yeah, that misses.
She's so put off that like she goes and she like flourishes her sword at it and it just goes like "Pachoo!" and like hits the wall behind it.
Well. Okay. Navori, it's your turn.
Yeah, she sees that and she like at first she was gonna look at the lump, but then she sees that and she's like, oh, that needs some. Ooh. She stays. Let me see. What is range here? Okay. Yeah, she stays where she is, and she's gonna use Told Dead.
Okay.
Needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 10.
Failure.
Alright, what
so
happens?
It did, the spider isn't missing any hit points, right?
Correct.
Okay, so it takes 1d8 necrotic damage.
Okay.
A whole 5.
Okay. This, like, awful, like, bell toll sounds off and reverberates through the room, and the spider quakes a little bit. Dancer. Or, no, Maria, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, let's see here. Okay, I think I'm gonna step up and aim at that damn thing. She's just looking at it like, why is it always trying spiders?
That hits. Okay. Yeah, muttering that, you crack off a shot.
Sybil's like, what do you mean always?
It's
It's
always
common.
spiders. Yes.
Oh.
In the brief light of the gunshot and the little flame that was lit, there's a big outline of something on the ceiling right above you, Sybil.
No, 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 no,
And
no,
with
no.
the sound of the shot, you see another spider just spindle its way down on a just thread of web and cut off the web.
1-800-fuckoff.com.
Wait.
And it just lands there.
I hate this. I hate this. It's like you made this encounter specifically to spite me.
Yeah. It's looking at you though, and guess what?
Uh-huh.
It's trying to attack you.
Uh-huh.
I'm using my reaction to impose disadvantage to that attack roll.
Okay, what do you do?
That's a good question.
Paladin's on the
hang on.
job, folks.
Yeah, you're not adjacent to her.
He attacks a creature other than you that is within. Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, never mind.
Okay. It misses.
Well, that's
So
good.
yeah, it tries to just and come up at you and bite, and you shriek and dodge out of the way.
Yeah, Sybil's just like,
Dancer, you're up.
We can't be having that now. Are you alright, my dear?
no, profoundly not okay.
Alright. She's gonna take a swing with her staff at the spider. "13.
That misses.
Okay.
You can make your second attack though.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you get 2.
Oh, thanks.
Yep, whenever you take attack action, you get a second.
Yeah, but my bonus action. Okay, so bonus action. Attempt done.
I believe you also have flurry of blows at this point.
I do. 14 this time.
That does hit.
Okay. I'll read off my key stuff. 'Cause I
Yeah.
forgot about that too. But I'll just have her take her hit for now.
Alright, I believe that's a D4.
Yep.
Yep. Alright, cool. You
6.
smack it real hard with your staff, and it makes a little weird noise. Alright, Clive, you're up.
Okay. Well, Clive was about to back away from that spider and nearly backed into the other spider. I was like, oh, well, fuck, I have nowhere to go.
It's a bad time.
Yeah.
That time.
Yeah.
So he decides it is probably best to stay near the big armored lady.
A good choice.
So he's, the problem is he's adjacent to both the fucking spider.
I mean, he could like step over this way.
I mean, he could, but that would be opportunity attacks.
You're right.
For
Well,
both of them. I have 22 health. They're happening.
Yeah.
you have 32 health. I can cure you of at least 10 hit points.
Well, so does it? Is dropping a weapon onto the ground still a free action?
Free
Or is
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dropping's
Yeah.
free.
And drawing a weapon is an action too, right?
Correct.
It can be part of a move action, though.
Yep.
Oh, so you can use your move action to draw your weapons?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, well, okay, Clive's going to do that. Then he's going to drop the crossbow, and he's going to swap to his hatchets.
Okay.
You can only draw one at a time.
Yeah.
You need
Okay.
you need the 2-weapon fighting feat to draw both.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what we did during your little session.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Well, Clive is he's gonna swing at this one with his hatchet.
Okay.
Or dual wielding might be the feat that gives you the ability to draw more than one.
Yeah, I don't remember. That totally hits.
All right. I like how Clive has better aim with his hatchets and his crossbow.
It's a bigger target, it's fine. Alright, yeah, you bury your hatchet into the big bulbous abdomen, and the spider shrieks and rears back, its mandibles clicking. And it's gonna take a step back. And because of that, Clive, it's gonna try and shoot some web at you.
Get an opportunity attack, or did it use a withdraw action?
It just used a withdraw action. It used its movement to withdraw. 15 to hit.
Yeah, it is.
Alright, you are restrained by webbing. Just this thick stream of webbing fires off at you and wraps you up. And you are tangled up. And it's actually going to use movement to step forward, grab you.
Oh no.
Dear.
Oh, great.
And try and drag you there.
Now she's gonna.
Yeah, now she gets opportunity.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she'll get opportunity now.
All right.
Alright, yeah, that hits.
Hey.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. It drags Clive off, but you smack it with your warhammer and take off a leg, but it still continues to drag him back. Now it is your turn, though.
Help.
Okay.
Not how I want to die.
Okay. So first, she's gonna hit it. She doffs the shield.
Okay, just fuck this.
Yeah.
Two-handed this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits. Okay. How do you want to kill it?
Oh man. So she just like she doffs you just like the shield goes clanging to the ground and she takes her warhammer in both hands and she just like swings upwards and just knocks it right off Clive.
Okay, yeah, the spider just... The hammer swings up and just that front half of the spider just pulls off of the abdomen and splits away. And flies back, and the spider lays there twitching, its abdomen flat on the ground, oozing this greenish blood.
All right, and then
Sybil watches, by the way, and just eyes alight, just delighted.
And then she turns around and she just she gestures at the spider with her warhammer, like the other one. She's gonna cast Compelled Duel.
Okay.
Oh my
It
god.
gets a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Let's all get carried by the paladin, guys.
It failed.
Okay. It's drawn to her, compelled by her divine demand. So it lasts a minute.
Mm-hmm.
It's concentration though. I think.
Okay.
Yes. So it has disadvantage on attack rolls made against anyone else, and has to make a wisdom saving throw if it attempts to move more than 30 feet away from her.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Sybil.
Okay. Sybil kind of like recovers from how fucking cool that was. And she looks back to the spider. She's terrified. She's forgotten that she can shoot like really cool sword beams, so she just tries to hit it the old-fashioned way. And It's a 7. She's really nervous.
Yeah. You try and slash it, and it just bounces off the spider's chitin.
She hits it with like the flat side of the sword.
Someone should really teach her how to use that.
The spider is going to retaliate.
Oh no.
It gets disadvantage.
Okay. Well, either way, 15 to hit.
Yeah, that hits, but as a reaction, I want to use Hellish Rebuke.
Okay, what's that do?
You point your finger at the creature that damaged you. It is momentarily surrounded by hellish flames. The creature must make a dexterity saving throw. It takes 2d10 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one.
Okay, dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
$10?
10 does not succeed.
Okay, roll damage.
It just goes up in green flames.
Okay. Meanwhile, you take 7 points of piercing damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh boy, more than getting fisted by spiders. 15.
Okay. You feel poison try to course through you, but your sheer terror just pushes it off. And then the spider is going to move to you. Cass?
Good.
Yep. Knave, your turn.
Well, she was super impressed by Kess too. So she thought that was really sick, but then the thing attacked Sybil and she got upset and she's like, So, she's gonna use Toll the Dead again.
Okay.
On the spider. But since it's taken damage, it's 1d12 this time.
Nice.
Yeah, it needs to succeed a wisdom saving throw.
Failed. Rolled a 1.
Hey. Great. A whole 4.
Nice. What's up?
Oh yeah, I was gonna use a bonus action to do something too.
Oh, go for it, yeah.
It's not gonna attack the spider. She's gonna... Is it... Okay, she gets a little closer to Sybil and is like, "You're right there, lad." And she's gonna use healing word on her.
Okay. Roll that healing.
Let's see. So this is 1d4 plus cast 3. Wow, not the right dice. There we go. heal 6.
Nice, nice, nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Maria, you're up.
Okay, let's shoot that spider.
All right. Yeah, that hits. Okay. How do you want to do it?
Hey. Well, I'm gonna shoot its eyes at right to its head.
Okay. You level a shot, just carefully, casually, and you look away and pull the trigger, and the shot just rings out and pierces straight through the eyes. And then it lays there dead.
Uh,
Good riddance to that.
All right.
Cass gives Maria an approving nod.
All right. And that's it. You do not hear anything else emerge. And that's where we're going to pick up next week.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
She's
Go ahead.
having a moment
Yeah.
where she's like, wow, everyone's so fucking cool.
Except for probably Clive.
Clive's still stuck.
he's covered in webs, the poor
He
guy.
is. He's still like trying to. He never got a chance to break free when the fight ended.
Yeah. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
Cass, helps him up, brushes him off.
I gotta take him.
See you next weekend, Internet.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.